Okay, so today we are doing systems of linear inequalities. You just got your systems test back. When we're talking about, instead of linear equations, we're talking about linear inequalities, it all has to do with graphing. So you guys did 1, 2, and 3. You'll need to know how to get it into slope-intercept form. You'll need to know how to graph the linear inequality and shade. You'll need to know how to graph and switch the sign, which I see that we did when you divide by a negative. This is all really good, so let's see how we did. So 1/2 x minus 3. So we're down 3 on the y-axis. That's my b. Up 1 over 1, 2. Dashed line. And now we have a problem. It's less than. Liam, hi. So it's less than. When we have less than, we make an up and down arrow. Where do we think we're going to shade for less?
Down.
Down, not up. So it's not up here. It has to be down. Okay? We with me so far? Okay. Subtract 2x, divide by a negative 3 gives me a negative divided by a negative is positive 2/3 x minus 2. So down at negative 2, up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So it's the green line, not the black line. Okay, so far we're 0 for 2. So remember how I said we should be all right graphing this?
I was good with graphing.
No, it would. Trust me, that would make the whole thing wrong. I promise you.
The graph?
Not knowing how to shade will make this next part completely wrong. You just got to trust me right now. Okay, so you need to know how to shade. Okay, of all people, Judah. Subtract 2x. So far, so good. Divide by negative 1 is 2 over 1 minus 3. Minus 3 up 1, 2 over 1. And you flip the inequality sign because you divided both sides by a negative. And then it's less than. So on this line we drew a shade. Oh man, it's not up here. It's down. Okay. So we're going to have to do that again. That's kind of why I wanted to see this warm up. So let's get our notes out. Let's go through this. Listen, you made some mistakes. Yay, okay. And by mistakes, you didn't get any of them right. Hey, that you didn't know, Liam. You didn't.
Yes, I did.
On a test, do you think that I would have been like, wow, that's fantastic, and give you a check mark?
Yes.
Liam.
My mom's going to homeless.
Huh? What are you saying over there, man?
I said I need this grade. Please.
You need to scream?
No, grade.
What grade? Listen, nobody needs a grade. Because some of us did a great job and raised our grades up to a B. Not naming names. Why are you nodding?
Well, you're looking at me.
No, I wasn't. I was looking back at my camera.
You weren't.
I was looking at my camera. So I had to present on Friday for our professional development day in front of teachers. And I didn't have a plan, I just winged it. Like I went up there and was like, there were slides, but I had no idea what I was supposed to say. So I was just like, got up there and talked like I normally talk. And the teacher's like, oh, I really want to come see your class. You have so much energy. I'm like, okay. Like, which hour do you want to come in? I hope it's first hour. I hope.
Oh.
Why are you nodding at me like you're trying to flirt with me? Please don't do that.
What was it?
Yes, you were.
No,
Yes, you were. You were like,
What your teacher asked? Wait, what teacher asked you?
Mr. Kirkpatrick wanted to see me teach. Mr. Keller. Why are you knocking on
to
me?
come first hour.
Huh?
Oh boy. What are you
Okay, here we
saying?
go. So, ready? So systems of linear inequalities. Let's go back over this. So a grade or a less is a dashed line. Okay? That's important. That's part of it. The fact that you're all staring at me and not copying this down is a little worrisome. I know it's Monday, but you gotta roll with me. So then if we have a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to, then it is a solid line. Okay? So dashed line, obviously, solid. Okay. We understand that part. This is for shading. And I'm not going to name names who needs to follow along, Judah, Liam, and Alec. Oh wait, it's all of you. Okay, follow along for the shading. If it is greater than or equal to, shade above. Okay, we will always, always, always draw an up and down arrow on our line, or at least we should. Okay? Less than or equal to means we shade down. Okay? And in here I'm going to put to the right. Over here I'm going to put to the left. Because if it's a vertical line, then we would shade to the left. If it's a horizontal, or if it's a vertical line this way and it's a greater than, and shade to the right. It is a little frustrating that some of you are choosing not to take this. I'm going to be honest.
What?
It's a little frustrating that you're not taking notes.
Liam, brother, we should.
I have good numbers.
It's like week 9. You're not even doing crap.
I love that you're the one who's trying to say this.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
Bro.
here we go. So, this is going to be pretty easy. I'm using 2 different colors for a reason. Okay? So, when we have a system, just like, so let's go y equals 1/2 x minus 3, y equals negative 3x plus 1. Okay? So, right now, not equals, hold on. Let's take these equals away. Let's go less than and greater than or equal to. Because that's going to matter. On a side note, most of you guys all pretend like you're athletes. I ran the farthest that I've run since my surgery yesterday, and I'm not walking with a limp. Like,
How far did you run?
I ran 4 miles. I kept it, so we're running a half marathon in March. My wife wants to run a half marathon. I'm gonna run with my buddy. He's like,
Where?
Longview.
My uncle was running a marathon this
Nice.
year.
Yeah. But my buddy wants to run it sub 2 hours, which is fine. And that's a 9:09 pace. So I went out and ran and kept it all under my 8:20 pace and felt good. Okay. Now listen. I know that you're not Violet and going to have all of different colors. Violet, you're going to love this because, one, you're not going to watch this. But if you do, you're going to love this because you get to use lots of different colors. So when we look at these, we already have them in slope-intercept form. Okay, that's step 1. It has to be in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to circle one in blue because this is going to matter and you're going to see why in a second. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. There's my y-intercept. My slope is up 1 over 2, and it is a dashed line. And I want to make this line pretty much through the entire graph. Okay? Have I lost anybody so far? Yes or no? Okay. Then I draw an up and down arrow. And this is what you guys didn't do on the warm-ups. Less than is
Up. I'm at down.
down. This is why we take notes. Shade it down. So now I'm shading this way. Okay. Have I lost anybody there? This is where it gets a little confusing. Unlike linear equations that have exactly one answer, inequalities have infinitely many answers. It's where the shading overlaps. Well, what do you mean, Mr. H? So now we're at positive 1. I go down 1, 2, 3 over 1. This is a solid line. Okay. I draw my up and down arrow. Greater than or equal to means shade above. Okay, so notice, do you see the section that is overlapped? This section right here is the answers. Any of the points over here will work for both. When you are doing system of linear inequalities, you're looking for where does it overlap. That's why the shading, if you miss the shading, you will miss the entire problem. I would rather see your line be a little bit off than the shading be wrong. Okay, obviously I don't want either to be wrong, but there is nothing other than where do they overlap. Let's do one more, okay? I know 2 of the 3, and I know I'm joking a lot, but do you have this copied down? Okay. Let's go. X equals -2. 2x minus y is greater than
What?
-3.
No, Elijah's dad can ground.
One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Can I just get started and start graphing this?
Yeah. Wait, no.
Why not, Judah? Well, first off, hold on. I don't want the equal. Let's make that greater than. Why not? What's wrong with this? The way that it's
Now you
written?
can't.
No.
No, you can't.
No, because
there's no y.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean there's no y?
You have to get it by itself.
Yeah, we have to get it by itself. So this inequality right here needs to have 2x minus y is greater than -3. I subtract 2x from both sides. We have to get y by itself, which is -y is greater than -2x minus 3. I divide by -1 from everything. When I divide an inequality by a negative on both sides, the inequality immediately flips. Y is less than 2x plus 3. So I'm now at 3, I go up 1, 2 over 1, and it is a dashed line. Notice how I take it a long way, right? Then, it's less than. So where's less than? Underneath the line. Questions on how I did that one? Yes, no. Okay, then we have our x is greater than or equal to -2. -2 on my x. Where there's no y's, it cannot cross the y-axis. It is a solid line here. Notice how I go all the way through my lines. Greater than or equal to is this way. So where is the answer? The answer is from here down. All of this overlap over here is the answer. So what do I want to see you do when it's time on your quiz to show me the answer? Darken it in. Use a very light shading with your pencil when you do it. But once it overlaps, darken it in so I know, hey, this is where the overlap is. What questions do we have here? Any? Okay. So your homework is nice and easy. It's 8 questions. The first 6 are all in slope-intercept form. So Violet, if you decide to do it, so you're graphing those two, these, and these. Okay, we will have a quiz on Wednesday because we'll review again tomorrow, but I think that we're pretty good on graphing. Would we agree? So this just comes down to, do I know how to shade? If I do not know how to shade, that's the problem. Questions, concerns, problems. Got 15 minutes to finish up your homework. Get going.